that is kind of exactly where I was heading.
Damn it!
In my mind, you know, because
Pocahontas is like fucking serious and it deals with issues.
It's
and there's
really
like
serious,
goofiness,
and it's got really
incredibly
beautiful,
subtle.
It's got really beautiful visuals too. I love the color palette that they use in Pocahontas. It's really, really pleasant to look at.
Well, I mean, we could touch on that in a second because I do have an opinion on that. I mean, no, I agree, but I'm gonna give more props to Disney. But
okay, well, yeah, but Aladdin, Aladdin starts off like one job, heaven left me, right it. It's just like you're just being stimulated the entire movie, and it's got that killer A Whole New World segment in there.
This is true.
Although Pocahontas has Colors of the Wind, and Around the River Bend.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna give the
Savages.
I'm gonna give the musical edge to actually Pocahontas. Actually.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a far more serious movie that deals with like issues.
Yeah, like Aladdin, you can pop it in when you're happy, when you're sad. You can pop it in any time. Pocahontas, not so much the same way.
Now, not that I would ever do this, or
this is how great statements
anybody I know, but I've heard that watching Pocahontas, if you were a hypothetical person named Steve with a friend named Mark, and you're trying to watch Pocahontas because you're like, man, I am on a hallucinogenic drug and I want to watch something chill, that Pocahontas is not the right choice. Because you're gonna get into the movie, you're gonna paint with you're going to just around the river bend, you're gonna be like, this is awesome, this movie's beautiful, and then the tone's gonna shift and a bitch's face is gonna pop out of a tree and it's gonna make you crap your pants.
Mother Willow or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like, we were really digging it, and then all of a sudden this face pops out of a tree and we're like, oh my god, this is too scary. And we had to turn it off, and I think we watched Aristocats.
Another great film.
Yes.
Buena Vista.
Actually, I think I've been getting that wrong for a long time.
It's not Buena Vista?
No, well, okay.
It's not published by them?
That's the thing. It's, I used to think that
the art style was...
Buena Vista was the production company, but they're actually the distribution company.
Oh,
so
that's what
all of it's pure Disney. It's been pure Disney the whole time.
Yeah, it just so happened that the artistics
has had different style as it's quote progressed. Even though I like the Aristocats, Sword in the Stone.
Is that your favorite artistic style, or do you just miss it because it's just been completely abandoned? Because I actually like a variety. I like them all.
Oh, I like a variety too, but that one is my favorite.
Okay.
But I suppose it is probably, actually the least diverse.
Yeah.
In terms of later Disney, that was what I was saying. Finish talking about Pocahontas, and then I'll get into this point.
The color palette.
The color scheme in it is very like Native American, inspired. Mm-hmm. Like it's inspired by the artistic style of,
what was found.
What was found? Of that, I don't know different tribes like Navajo, Apache, or whoever we like.
Those guys are famous for all that. All that Adobe art, like Southwest Arizona. Mm-hmm. They got those teals and purples and all that. That is from Navajo and Apache and all those stuff.
Yeah. That's why I don't know what the
what tribe she was supposed to be.
What the Jamestown who we ended up fucking giving the business after we pulled the old switcheroo after the first Thanksgiving.
Thanks a lot, Squanto.
How did he speak English?
That's a really good question. Maybe Squanto. Maybe he didn't speak English at first, but
he was a fast learner.
Yeah, but for the corn thing, he just grabbed some corn and was poking them on the shoulder and was like, "Hey guys."
Corn.
And they were like, "Oh," Because even if you don't speak a language, you can pick up on something like that.
Yeah.
And then maybe they became bros,
learner.
and then they kind of like, he learned enough. I'm sure he learned enough. And I'm sure they learned a little bit of whatever tribe that was. Like some basic phrase, like conversational.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, by the end, like, if you don't pick it up on as much when you're a kid, but Pocahontas and John Smith in that movie actually exchange very few words at the beginning. In fact, they're completely silent, and there's actually scenes where they're slowly like kind of figuring out what they call things. Mm-hmm. And by the end of the movie, they're like Pocahontas is speaking fluently to John Smith, but you don't notice that kind of thing as much when you're a kid. And then when you get older, it's like, wow, that's a really nice touch, Disney.
It is really nice.
But
wow.
Oh god damn it. That's like the gargoyles in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. When you're a kid, you're like, oh, Disney movie, the gargoyles are alive. I saw Beauty and the Beast, and there's candlesticks. This is par for the course for what I'm expecting from this, these cartoons. But in reality, Quasimodo's fucking nuts.
he's just seeing things.
Yes. But anyway, I didn't. So whatever, Virginia, close to Jamestown, like tribe of Indian, like whatever their name was, which I don't know. I actually feel bad. I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up.
Sure, go for it. Whatever they were,
because it feels like something we should know.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude taught us how to make corn. I mean,
yeah. But whatever their the compass. That's good. But that was their art style, and therefore, like Pocahontas uses those colors, but then like in the England stuff at the part in the beginning, it's more like like England indicative colors, and all the colonists, all the settlers, they have like English colors. I'm just saying, like, 90s Disney used to kind of do that art style thing, as like make the movies stylized artistically based on the geographical region in which the movie was taking place. Not all the time, but sometimes. For instance, Hercules, which takes place in Greece, has a stylized, it's stylized with Greek influence. Like, everybody has chins with curly cues and stuff like that, and that's kind of how people were drawn on pots in Greek art.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
It is really cool.
And Mulan, Mulan, like, has smoke drawn in a way that's indicative of, like, calligraphy and how not calligraphy, how their art style was drawn. It's, I don't know, watch Mulan and pay attention to all the smoke and notice that it's drawn in a very, very stylized way. That's the most obvious thing in Mulan, but I'm sure there's other things. I can't think of any right now, but yeah, seriously, watch Mulan and pay attention to what all the smoke looks like throughout the movie. And I guess the snow when it avalanches. Mulan's badass.
She is from... Pocahontas was from the Powhatan tribe.
Look up...
Oh, God. The actual story is...
fucked up.
I don't even want to read it, but...
No, let's go for it.
Okay. Wow,
Let's learn things together.
I like the movie better. Okay. Because, like, she, like...
Well, what... Did you know anything about the real story at all, or...
I think at a time, but, I'm much older.
What was your impression before you read that?
My impression was that she went to England and was like, well, I just like this better, which is just a little bit sad, but, like, it's fine. But now...
And did you remember that she doesn't end up with John Smith?
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Oh, okay.
I knew that, but, like, no, Pocahontas was captured by the English during Anglo-Indian hostilities in 1613 and held for ransom because she was the chief's daughter. During her captivity, she converted to Christianity and took the name Rebecca. When the opportunity arose for her to return to her people, she chose to remain with the English. So she, like, got captured, brainwashed, and then was like, man...
She got assimilated by the Boer.
She did. It sounds like she just got completely brainwashed. And she was like, oh, it's much better with you nice English people.
Well, that makes me hate Pocahontas too.
I've never seen that.
Even less. Questaroo for London Roo.